Well, good morning, everybody. If in fact it is morning wherever you are and whenever you're watching this video. If any of you watched my last video, you'll know that I've had some car problems and had to have my car towed out of town to have kind of a big job done. So for the time being, I am actually in the town of Ajo, and I'm in a little tiny trailer park sitting it out for 3 to 4 weeks. I think it's going to be. The last few days it's been real cold, for at least for southern Arizona. You know, some of you might laugh because down here what's considered cold is the lower 50s, and at night it's getting down about freezing, but the nights are still very long. It's over 13 hours of night, and so for that period it's pretty cold. And so I've just been running the diesel heater a lot and staying toasty warm. And after a few days of high wind and some rain and that sort of thing, I'm ready to get out and take a walk. So I thought we'd just go on through town. I'll walk up to the plaza, which is about 2.5 miles, and take a look at some of the things along the way. I'm getting an early start. It's about 10 a.m. Still big cold out there, probably in the 40s. And so with no further ado, let's jump outside the trailer and see what Ajo has to offer. And straight across the street is Olson's Supermarket with the Ace Hardware inside of it. There's the visitor center for Cabeza y Prieta. It's one of the shuttles you can call and get a free ride up and down the town. I totally could have done that, but I find out more about a town by walking it. And I've actually walked this several times now, up to the dollar store, which is probably about 1.5 miles from the RV park. Check out this cool garage. Here's another one of those little spots. I'm sure it's probably for waiting for a bus. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but you can get a bus out of town to Tucson or Phoenix and all the towns in between. To go to Tucson, it's $7.50. Right across the street there is the bus stop, although they'll pick you up in different parts of town. So when I go get my car when it's ready, I'll get one of these buses. Something else about Ajo. Population right now is about 3,000, and from what they said on Wikipedia, it's been steadily declining. Well, not only since the year 2000. At that time I think there was about 3,700 people, if I remember right. But even going back to the early 1900s, this was actually a pretty big town. It was like the third biggest populated town in Arizona, you know, outside of Tucson, those places. I think in its heyday, and maybe that has to do with the copper mining here. There's a massive copper mining pit at the end of town up here. Here's that other movie set I was talking about. This one was for the man who loved cat dancing, with Burt Reynolds, Sarah Miles. I can't make out the rest. But this was done in 1970-71. So it's probably a lot more authentic now that it has more than 50 years of sitting out here in the sun. Of an Old West movie set. It says the cafe, general store, and grooms. After walking around a few times in this town, passing these things, I'm finding out a lot of movies were made here, and I think mostly in the early 70s. It's not only Lee Marvin and Paul Newman doing movies here. But this one looks weird, so I might try and see if I can find this one on YouTube for free. Looks like some kind of rabid rabbits are involved. Perhaps more vile rabbits than in the Holy Grail. One thing you'll see around town a lot also is empty buildings. That one I just passed. Businesses that close down. I'm sure the economy's not so great here. So the real estate's probably pretty doable here. Here next to the Copper Javelina gift shop. It's one of the cooler murals around town. Has the Dia de los Muertos motifs going there. There is a cafe bakery across the street. I'm not sure if that's open or not. It doesn't usually look like it, and there's a restricted area sign on the fence surrounding it. This is actually as far as I've walked up this street. I've visited the Dollar General a couple times for simple items, you know, shampoo and paper products, that sort of thing. Get them cheaper there. Arriba Mexican food. This looks fairly new. Just a new remodel. What are these called? Like porticos. See a lot of these little arches in a row. Spanish architecture. Smells good. I can smell it. There's another Dollar Tree and a Dollar Tree family dollar store over there. A Radio Shack, so appliances and electronics. That's still open. Across the street is Lemon Bright Laundromat. I have not been there this year because the RV park that I'm staying in has its own laundromat. But that's a nice little laundromat. I think because up here after the Shell station, you drive another block and a half, and that's where you can take a right to get out of town to go straight up north into all of that BLM land up there. There's a pizza beer arcade. I heard there's pizza in town. If I do spend money in a restaurant, it's going to be for pizza, because it's one thing you can't do on the road too easily. Some people pull it off if you can carry around the Dutch ovens and that sort of thing and make a pizza over the fire. But it's something I'm missing after being on the road for about 3 months now and living entirely out of the trailer and not in towns usually, except for this place. So I might order some pizza here. It's a bit, hopefully they deliver, because it'd be a long ways to walk. My pizza would be cold by the time I got back to my trailer. I suppose I could go in there and eat it. Here's another RV resort. It's not one I called, because the second one I called kind of worked out the arrangement I have right now. It looks like one of the nicer ones. This Shell station's super handy because if you are doing the BLM camping up here, you can come down to this spot just from a half a mile off the dirt over here and get your water. Get the 5 gallons of water over there for free. It's a nice pit stop if you just got off the road, because there's some public restrooms right there, nice and clean. Has a car wash. This is the Agave Grill. This looks like it's in business. One way I afford what I do on a low budget is I gave up eating out completely, It's no longer cheap, and even McDonald's and the fast food is too expensive for my taste. And that's just for crappy food. So for a little bit here, I think for like a half mile or so, kind of travel through this residential area. Very nice little houses. Yeah, I bet you could get this one cheap. I think it's a fixer-upper. It's probably more of a scraper. But look right next door. Someone's taking care of this house. It's well painted. Cool. Here's another scraper. I'm showing you the exceptions. The rest of this walk, both sides of the street, most of these little houses are relatively well maintained. Little overkill on the lawn ornaments there. Wow, that's pretty convenient that the flower shop is right next to the funeral home over here. Like I said, there are a lot of murals in this town. This almost looks like the same style of that guy who did that mural on the site of Chords. Really detailed. New and used books. The Ajo Copper News. I might have to go in there. Getting very close to the plaza now. When I got here a few weeks ago, I was under the naive assumption that down here you would see birds all year long, but there are very few of them. And the more I read about it, they're more of a migrational area. Like, well, starting in February, I know. When I was here earlier this year in March, there was a lot more birds and a lot more animal life, but it's starting to warm up already, and there are already spring flowers coming up everywhere, and very green. So if nothing else, this town I think is worth the walk around just because of the artwork that's on the walls here. I like this stuff. This is considered the downtown area. So the bigger, nicer churches are right here. At least what I need to look into this, but how old these churches are. Here's the plaza. I think for starters I'm gonna walk around these two churches over here. I think these are the most interesting ones. Really beautiful architecture. Here's that little more blockier looking church right across the street from that one. There's the plaza across the street. This would be the tourist destination, I think. If you were gonna stop in Ajo, you probably want to wander around this area a little bit because it is the prettiest part of town. Ajo Federated Church. Kind of a cool entryway on this one. Almost looks like a crack there that separates the door from what's over the top of it, but that's where the door opens. Kind of interesting choice. That's pretty old. Still got the Christmas tree up here. This is practically the only sign of Christmas that I saw around here during the whole season. There wasn't a lot of decoration around town like you do see in colder climates. Ajo Townsite Historic District, circa 1916. This looks like maybe what it was. A water feature of some kind. Maybe they can't afford to put water through that thing anymore. Yeah. A little spot to sit in the shade. Plenty of benches to sit around and relax on here. Whoa, the water's on. Real estate contractor, library. Here's the town library. Cool. The restaurant. I'll take a peek in there. I'm gonna find out the prices of their meals in these places before I decide to come in here and eat. Touristy things. How about these palm trees? They add a real flavor, I think, to the southwest. Really like it. Out the side here you can see part of that copper mine, the pit mine over there. Let's see what Artist Alley is. guess it's called Artist Alley because you come in here and paint your own mural. Dia de los Muertos stuff. Not bad. Looks like that one was open more to the public. There's some flying eyeball stuff. Looks like a compass. You know, it has the 4 directions on it and then the flying eyeballs. More psychedelic, that one. That's pretty cool. There's that pit mine over there again. You can visit that. I don't know if it's active anymore, but I guess there's a little trail that you can go up and look down into it. Maybe someday. I'm not that interested in mines. They kind of gross me out. I know they're for vital resources, but I don't enjoy looking at them. Here's the where the railroad depot was and is now a visitor center. I think I'll save this for another day. I hear people are real nice in there. Here's the post office. Some pet care if you need it. I wonder if that was a theater or something, because it has an old neon sign up there that probably doesn't work anymore, called the Oasis. And this is your local coffee shop. I will not film here, there's too many people in there.